Welcome to this vlog. This vlog is about service dog laws in the US and the UK. I'm going to tell you what they are in the UK and what they are in the US. Then at the end, I'm going to tell you which ones are the same in both countries. And then I'm going to say what you would have to look out for when you if you go to the US or the UK, on what people are allowed to ask you, what they might say, things you can do to ignore them, how to educate and stuff like that. So first, the service dog laws in the USA. Let me get them up on my phone. Service dog laws USA. Because I might take my service dog to America one day, so this video will come in handy then. And all the service dog rules are done by the ADA. I think that's like a disability thing in America. I have no idea, but I don't live there. And I know I know two laws. One is they can only ask you 2 questions. How does your service dog help you with your disability? And I can't remember the other one. And the way you would answer the one that I just said is how it helps. They say it alerts me to if I'm going to have a seizure or a panic attack. It distracts me when I'm having an autism meltdown. It just alerts to different things that might happen. So all you have to say is that the dog alerts me to medical problems. That's all you have to say. You don't have to say what your disability is. And they're not allowed to ask you what your disability is. You can just say, it alerts me to a medical problem that might arise. That's all you have to say. And the other one, the one thing they cannot ask you, unless you're in Canada, in like one province in Canada, but I know all of the US, I think. I don't live there, so I haven't looked that much into that. But when I do go to different states, I will look into it more. And that what you should do is one thing they should not ask is, are they registered? Because I don't think, every time I watch videos about it, they always say that no register. So don't need to be registered, don't need a card or anything. But if you want to have one with the laws written on, then that's fine. Where it just says this, but nothing to do with your specific problem. Just one that says the laws are you can't say I'm not allowed in. You can't ask me certain questions. Only times you're allowed to say I'm not allowed in with the dog is if the dog is dirty, misbehaving, if the dog wheezes in the shop and stuff like that. So it just says must allow entry, or if they'd like, and in America they don't have to have a service dog harness, but in the UK they do. I sort of can get away with imprestating because they know me and her, but we go there a lot, so they know she's a service dog. But if you're going to somewhere where they don't know you at all, I would highly recommend putting a harness on that says service dog, do not distract, or like you could have a thing on it that says do not take away from my owner. If I run away from my owner, help me find my owner to see if they need help and stuff. And something on it that says if something happens, call this number and they'll give you things to help you. Like if you have Addison disease and something bad happens, it says you must call 999 in the UK or 911 in America. Then they know what to do in that situation. So you don't need a harness in America, but it's highly recommended. They only like to ask 2 questions. if they're open to the public, like Disney, shopping malls, parks, theme parks, National Trust, or if they're like big forest, anywhere where anybody, that is anyone, can go to, they must allow access, no matter what type of service dog they are, unless it's in the kitchen or in a sterilized place in the hospital, like an operation room or anything like that, then they can say no. And I would not take your service dog to the hospital, because it's your responsibility to take them out for a wee, feed them, give them water and all that. But when you're ill and sometimes you're not allowed out of bed, the nurses won't help you. They might, but it's not guaranteed, so I wouldn't take your dog there. But the businesses are not required to have, no, they're not allowed to ask for proof of service dog. And ADA stands for American Disability Act. A service dog in America has to be individually trained to perform a job or a task related to your disability. So let's say it tells you you're going to have a seizure and you train it to go annoy you, to say, going to have a seizure, stop what you're doing, sit down, like nudge you. They might be trained for something like that. And in different states, they have different rules and laws, so it's a good idea to ask for them. It says here you cannot add a service dog for proof, because there's no register, so people who register or have like a card to say I'm a service dog and stuff like that, they most likely breaking the law. So be aware of that. There's some of the things I found so far, and I'm looking for more information now. I'm now on the ADA website. Service dogs are dogs, but they can be mini horses in some states, but no other animal. They can be any breed or any size. They just have to be trained to do a task, like pick something up for you if you're not able to bend, or help you pull a wheelchair if you're not strong enough and stuff. And another thing that they can do is lick you when you're having a panic attack, or go crazy when you're going to have a meltdown or panic attack. Just do something to distract you from that panic attack. That is service. They can go into hotels, schools, hospitals, shops and restaurants. But with the hospitals and restaurants, they can't go in the kitchen, operation room. They're the main place they're not allowed to go to. Again, how they must be allowed. Same with public housing, shelters, they must be allowed everywhere. They're allowed on planes, but they might need proof of that for planes, but they're slightly different, because they're in a confined space up in the air. So you might need to take a note from the doctor or a vet or something to say it's a service dog. Because depending on where you go, you would need like things to say had rabies vaccines and all of that. So you need to get that when you're getting all of them. These are the 2 questions they are allowed to ask. Is the dog a service animal required for a disability? But you don't have to say what disability or medical. You don't have to say that. What work or task has the dog been trained to perform? Dad. 1 minute. Sorry about that. My dad was just asking a question. they're not allowed to ask for documentations, or they're not allowed to see the dog doing the task. The thing that they can say to remove the dog if it's not toilet trained, so if it poos or wheezes or stuff like that, out of control, so misbehaving, like pulling stuff off the shelves, barking at other dogs, barking at other people, and just being a general annoying. You would not want that. You wouldn't want annoying. And it's not under control. That goes into the same thing. Some states can have the dog to be licensed and vaccinated, and the thing would have to be voluntary. But they can't require it, and they can't ban service dog based on breed. And if you want to learn more, you can go on to the ADA website to find out more. When I come back, we're going to talk about service dog laws in the UK, then the ones that are the same. Stay tuned. The service dog laws for the UK are: and to getting the information on the internet. One is they have to wear a service dog harness that says they're a service dog. So they have to wear the harness that says service dog on them. They can't refuse entry to them. They can't ask any questions. Only if are they a service dog. But they can't ask questions like in America. They must be allowed in rental accommodations, hotels, and caravan parks free of charge, so you don't have to pay the pet fee. They can refuse entry if they're dirty, misbehaving, not house trained, toilet trained, or the same thing as in America. Different disabilities that can have service dog are autism, anxiety, diabetes, epilepsy, depression, Addison's, celiac, any illness or disability that the dog can help you with. But they can't be horses here, like they can be in some part of the US. So most of the laws are the same. They're allowed in schools, like they can in America. They can be different breeds of dogs, like in America. So all the ones I'm saying, like in America, they're the ones that I'm comparing to. And if I don't say that, they're not. So most of the laws are 100% the same. There's no registry. They had to have a harness on. They can ask the two same questions, but no more. Confuse entry, harness, questions. Can be denied entry in some places depending on the situation and everything. There's no registry. You can get this card that got the laws on them, but you don't need to have anything like that. That's just to get the shops, schools and stuff like that, the laws. So they can just put on their notice board. They can just keep looking at it every now and then to say, oh, okay, so they're the laws. Okay. But they don't need one to say, this is a service dog. And help me with this. But you can have it where it says, I'm a service dog. My handler might need help. Call this number or do this to help them. They can have that type of information on a card. Trying to think. I have a service dog because of my autism and anxiety, and she really does help. If you need one, get one. You will not regret. Oh yeah, and in the US, you can't have owner trained, but in the UK you can. So in the UK, I can train my own dog to be a service dog, but they're still the same rules like normal dogs. Oh yeah, they're different colour harnesses and stuff for different types of service dog, just so they can say, okay, this dog for this and this, they need this help and this. So yellow is for guide dogs, and you can tell them straight away. Red is for autism, I think, but you don't have to stick to this. Seriously, you don't just have any harness on that's a service dog, and it would be a good idea to have like a thing on to say autism or epilepsy or something like that, one of those things on there, just so the people know what type of help you might need by just looking at the dog. If you're having a medical emergency, they can look at the dog to see what the things say. And if it says epilepsy, they know, oh, this is what I need to do because I've been trained to do this. Or if they're having a meltdown, they look at the autism. Okay, so this is what I need to do with this because that's what we were trained on and stuff. It just makes them aware of the different situations that you might have. Like if you're having an epileptic fit, they know don't put anything in the mouth. And put them on their side. Like you put them in the recovery position. Do something like that. And make sure the area is safe so they don't hurt themselves. And if you can, don't move them. Especially don't put anything in the mouth. If you put something in the mouth, they go swallow it, bite it, and choke on it. So, and then when they wake up, sit with them, tell them what happened, tell them where they are, reassure them, and just be there for them until they're back to normal. Or until they say, yeah, you can go now, I know what I'm doing. Or call an ambulance. Then the paramedic can help you with whatever it needs doing then. And if they need to faint, just let them faint. Wherever they are, just leave them. Wherever they are, if they're sitting down, leave them. Because that's normally what they need to do. Like they feel faint and the thing to do is sit down and stuff like that. I don't need any of that. But I might need help if I'm getting overwhelmed and stuff. Like when this evil security guard thought I was stealing. And I'll tell you that story now. But every time I bring it up, I have to tell you. I went to shop, told the security guard that I got a service dog, went to talk to someone, came back and said, yeah, that's fine. You can go in. I went to the party section where I needed to buy stuff for party bags or something. They were planning something. And I was returning some flip-flops. And for some reason, I forgot the receipt for flip-flops. But that doesn't matter because I was going to take them home and bring them back another day. No problem. Then I went to pay. The person at the checkout saw that I had the flip-flops and thought I was stealing. Fair enough. If he came to me, I would have explained. Then they would have said, okay, can you wait there while I just check the CCTV camera? Once you check it, then done. Sorted. But no, went to the security guard. As I was leaving, the security guard stopped me. This is where I went wrong. Hassled me a lot, got in my face, said, you're stealing, show me what you got in your bag, get the receipt, blah, 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 blah. And I was starting to have a meltdown because of my autism and my anxiety, the in your face, the sensory overload, everything. And my dog was alerting. And the way that see alerts, if I jumping on me, so I'm going crazy, trying to get my attention away from the things that annoy me or going to make me have a meltdown. I didn't train her to do this, but she could tell something is happening I need to get her away from this situation. And she was trying. But the security guard, because he didn't have a harness on, he probably forgot. Fair enough. Not blaming that. But the way he handled it. Then he went, okay, you have to stay here while I check the cameras. But the thing that he should have done, and would have been better, was take me to a back room, asked me to sit down, got my side of the story, gone to check the cameras, then came back, and I said, oh, I checked the cameras, you weren't even in that section. I wasn't even in the shoe or clothes section. Didn't even go anywhere near it. Tills are here, potty bit here, the clothes bit over here. So I was here, clothes bit there, and I went potty bit, tills. That's all I did. So I didn't even go anywhere near them. So if he went and checked the cameras beforehand and all of that, it could have been fixed within 2 minutes. But it could have gone back a few minutes, because literally it was only a few minutes ago. Put the cameras after I got my side of the story, and there we go. That's simple. Seriously, that's simple. That's what I would have done. Or ask the person to come back in, stand next to the security guard bit while they go and check the cameras. Or they would have had a camera bit right next to them, where they can just rewind it back to 5 minutes ago and sorted it, instead of just being in my face. It was like this. Can I see the receipt? Blah, 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 blah. And he's like, So yeah, he dealt with it the wrong way. And my dog was trying her best at a little out by distracting me. Jumping on me, pulling me away, whining, barking. And you would have known that I was going to have a meltdown. And by the time I got home, I was so angry and gone, I nearly hit the dog. And I hated myself for that. So she ran and hid. Because it got to that point where the only thing you could do is hide from me. And that's the best thing to do when I get to that point. Because when I get to that point, I chuck, swear, shout, hurt, mainly me, or hurt anybody that's annoying me. So the best thing to do at that point, run away from me and hide from me. And I'd go in my bedroom. And Mum could tell I was crying. I was like, ugh. If you know what an autism meltdown is, you would know how I felt. And another way of explaining how I felt, and to show that I described this really well, is Tracy Beaker Return on CBBC with Gus and bombs. And that was a really good way of explaining it. He had a bomb, he pulled the thing out, and he exploded. The bomb didn't explode or anything. He just had the bomb, and it was like, and people knew everything was like gone. It was an out-of-body experience, but it felt like a bomb had gone off in my body. So it's like a bomb went blew up. So I blew up like a bomb. That was a really good episode to describe it. I'm gonna look it up just so I can tell you which episode it was. Tracy Beaker Return bomb episode. But series it was series 1. It wasn't the first episode. Oh, you're not Tracy Beaker Return. It was The Dumping Ground, Series 1, Episode 1, Home Alone. That's the episode. And I'm going to get a picture up so give me a minute. Let me find a picture of Gus. Look, it's that episode. Look, it's holding a bomb, and it did like a bomb exploded. And when you're at that point, you are no return for hours, sometimes days and months. Sometimes it can last a long time. For me, it lasts 24 hours when that happens. And when I get to that point, I nearly hit the security guard. And at that point, they could detain me and call the police. So it could have got to that point. Nearly did. And I knew it. So I tried to get away. They went, I'll let you off this one time. Check the cameras. They not let me off anything. You dunderhead. Ugh, idiot. So we called Tesco the same day, told them what happened. They had to come back in and spoke to the manager or one of the managers. Told him what happened. There was a bit of discrimination. But if we wanted to take it further, we could have, but we didn't want to. Just wasn't nothing to worry about. And the security guard either got fired or moved to a different store. But they should be trained in how to deal with people with autism. And another time, something similar to this happened, but different, nothing to do with stealing. I had my service dog, so he had a harness on and everything this time. So there was no denying it. I think she had to, yes, he would have. But if I was going to rail, and that's where I was going, I would have put on a harness. Seriously, 100% would have put on a harness. Unless I was just going to the beach. But no, I was planning to go to the sea aquarium in Rail. So he would have been on a harness. I went to the massage chair in the White Rose Centre. Then someone came and said, you need to leave, but your dog's not allowed in it. And I went, she's a service dog, so she must be allowed in. And if I wanted to, and I should have went, call the police. You don't believe me? Call the police. But the police station down the road, so it wouldn't have taken them long. And it wouldn't have taken them long to deal with it. I went, call the police. I should have done, but I didn't. But it got to the point where I nearly having a meltdown again, but slightly different. I felt like crying instead of a meltdown. But luckily, I was going to somewhere that are very good to calm someone down with autism. So I didn't have to worry about that. And this one, I was further away from the house than the other one. So in the end, I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. I left, called Mum, and she went, okay, I'll call the White Rose Centre and we'll get a meeting. Then I went to the sea aquarium, went around there, calmed down in there, and it did help. In the sea aquarium, you're looking at fish and stuff, and that sensory thing that can help people like me calm down. Then I went home. Then we had a meeting a couple of days later with someone in the White Rose Centre, told them what happened. They went, oh, yeah, that should not have happened. And now we know to be aware. And then it got better since then. It hasn't happened again. But the way that person handled it then wasn't good. But it was slightly better. But at that time, I could walk away, but they were telling me to leave. So I did. So that made a difference. You know, I did stop and have a cry. And then went to the sea aquarium, then home. So we got that sorted. There's going to be a long episode. But I started rambling. It's all about that. planning to. So yeah. And it was talking about service dogs, still on the same lines of what this episode is about. So yeah, thank you for watching this really long episode about service dog laws in US and Britain, then a ramble. And stay tuned for the next episode. Comment below what other countries you want me to explore on service dog laws. Comment below. Thanks for watching. Bye, awesome. Bye.